Well, the plow is coming along. I decided to make a V plow because they look cooler, and the idea is I'll build this frame for it, and then I'll actually skin it with that valley tin there, and hopefully that'll work. Seems to be going pretty good. I've actually run out of angle from that bed frame, so the last two pieces, I think I'm going to use that small rod there just as kind of a brace. And the welds are going a little bit better. I ended up putting in thicker wire, which was a little bit stiffer, and it feeds through the gun a little bit better, but it's kind of jerky at times. So I've got a new liner coming for that. Hopefully that'll work good, but for now, this is where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and probably, once I get those two pieces in and I'm ready to put it on the tractor, I'm going to probably run braces from the corners here back to the pivot arm, because right now it's a little wobbly, but I think once we get those braces in, it'll be okay. And of course it's not square because I didn't measure a damn thing. I just kind of eyeballed everything on this thing, so hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't, I'm not really out anything. I'm making it out of scrap, you know, and if nothing else, it's practice for welding, so not really a big deal. But for now, I'm going to push this sucker out of the way because I got to bring a car in and look at it. But we'll get back to this. I'm almost ready to mount it up to the tractor, just about. Well, as you can see, we've made some significant progress on the plow here. I've got the pivot arm welded in to the bottom of the plow, and I've got these two braces in, are all welded in to kind of sturdy it up. I've also got it tinned on the outside. I took two pieces of some valley tin and made one just a little bit longer than the other one, and folded it over in the middle to kind of work that seam, kind of seal it up a little bit. And I've actually tested it, and it does work. There were a few problems the first time I did it. I didn't have much traction at first. I still don't. So I grabbed the wheel weights off of that green Craftsman that I got for scrap, and I put them on here, and that helped a lot. But I would like to get some tire chains, so I actually have some real traction, but I don't have those right now. I've got this strap here for a lifting system. I had planned on more of a more elaborate system, but I put this strap on here to lift it up so I can work on it, and it just works so well that I left it alone. So that's what I'm going to use, because it works real well, and it just clicks right in. You can hold it up and let it go, and it stays there. So that worked out really good, kind of by accident. But one of the other issues we were having was I had metal skids on it. I had one on each side and one in the middle, and my driveway's got so many ruts in it that it would always catch. Those skids would fall into the ruts, and then the plow would catch. So what I've done is I put in boards all the way across on the bottom here, and I haven't tested that out yet, but I'm hoping that'll keep those keep the plow from digging in the way it did before. I didn't have any bolts that were long enough to actually go through here, regular hex bolts, but I had these carriage bolts from when I put the bed on the flatbed truck. So they're a bit long, and I had to put them in backwards so that the carriage bolt would catch on the back and I could tighten up the nuts. So I don't really like those bolts sticking out like that, but if the skids work, I think I'll just go ahead and find some regular hex bolts and put them in the other way so they don't stick out so much. And other than that, it works pretty good. There is some more bracing I'd like to put in. I would like to put something from the top here to kind of brace it down so it doesn't flop too much. But I'm actually out of wire, so I can't do that. And I'd also like to box in this arm here. You can see it's hollow on the bottom. So I'd like to box that in to kind of stiffen that up. But other than that, for the most part, she works pretty good, and she's done. So now I'm going to go test out my new skids, and see if they work. Hopefully it won't dig in, and yeah, then I can get some little bit longer bolts, put them in the other way, and it should work good. Well, I went out and I tested my new skids, and they work great. They go right over the top of all the ruts, the frozen ruts in my driveway, and the plow doesn't catch it and moves snow. So that worked really well, even with these big bolts sticking out of the front. The snow still moves out of the way, so that's awesome. The one problem I was having though was whenever I got into some snow, I would lose traction in the back. So what I did was I made these chains. Made them out of some pretty light chain. It's actually the chain that was holding up some fluorescent lights I had. Some of it's still hanging from the ceiling. It's the only chain I had that was I had enough of to actually make chains, but you know, they work really well. I know they're not going to last very long because they're such a small chain, but they should hold me over until I get some actual tire chains for it. So I think the real test for this thing will be tonight, because they're supposed to get 6 to 10 inches. So I don't think I'll be able to move 6 to 10 inches with this plow, but if I keep on top of it, maybe I can keep her going, keep everything clear and open. So I think I got a little bit of plowing to do before the snow comes, and then we'll see what it does tonight, I guess. I think I might actually mount, see if I can mount a light up here or something. If I'm going to be plowing at night, I'm going to need it. So well, let's fire it up and get it warmed up. Of course, whenever I turn the camera on, things stop working. Worked fine all day yesterday. Now it don't want to work.